Alright, settle in, because we are answering the most American question ever invented. Why can't we just print more money? Your uncle asked it at Thanksgiving. Your group chat asked it after rent went up. Someone on TikTok asked it while holding a burrito that now costs the GDP of a small island. And look, the instinct makes sense. Money printer goes BRRRR. Problem solved. Except that is how you turn a dollar into decorative wallpaper and a paycheck into a sad joke. Here is the core idea in one punchline. Money is not wealth. Money is a claim check on wealth. Wealth is houses, food, oil, nurses, servers, trucks, and people who actually do things. If you print more claim checks without making more stuff, every claim check buys less stuff. Congrats. You did not get richer. You got a participation trophy printed on cotton. Think of an economy like a pizza. 10 people. 1 pizza. Each person has a ticket for a slice. Now some genius prints 10 more tickets and screams abundance. Still 1 pizza. Now 20 tickets fight over 8 slices, because somebody already ate the crust like a raccoon. Prices go up. Tempers go up. The pizza does not magically become 2 pizzas because the printer. That is inflation in street clothes. Too much money chasing too few goods. Not vibes. Not a conspiracy lizard. Just supply and demand doing stand-up comedy with your grocery bill. When money supply grows faster than real output for too long, your dollars lose purchasing power. Same salary number. People here print money and picture a cartoon basement with green ink and a guy named Steve. Modern reality is nerdier and somehow more cursed. Central banks create reserves. Treasuries issue debt. Banks multiply deposits through lending. Digital entries move. The vibe is still money printer goes BRRRR, but the interface is spreadsheets and press conferences instead of a cartoon machine yelling W. Why do governments even flirt with this? Because spending is popular and taxes are not. Wars are expensive. Bailouts are expensive. Stimulus checks feel amazing until the receipt arrives as higher prices 6 months later. Printing or monetizing debt is the political cheat code that says we can have nice things without saying who pays. Spoiler. Everybody with cash savings pays. Remember the pandemic money flood memes? Direct deposits. Stimulus. Easy credit. Relief that genuinely helped a lot of people survive a shutdown. Also demand that slammed into empty shelves, broken supply chains, and housing that could not spawn overnight. Good intentions plus sticky bottlenecks equals sticker shock. The printer was not the only villain. Hyperinflation is what happens when the cheat code gets held down like a video game glitch. Weimar Germany. Zimbabwe. Venezuela. Prices update faster than your group chat. People haul cash in wheelbarrows. Menus get rewritten mid-lunch. That is not quirky history trivia. That is what happens when trust in money collapses and the printer becomes. America is not there, calm down, nobody is lighting dollars for heat yet. But the meme still matters because mild chronic inflation is the slow version of the same disease. 2% sounds cute in a textbook. Compound that over decades and your grandparents' dollar becomes your latte tip. Inflation is a silent tax on people who hold cash, fixed wages, and grandma checking accounts that earn 0.01% and a free tote bag. Who wins when money gets printed like confetti? Early receivers. Asset owners. People close to the hose. Debtors with fixed-rate loans watching the real value of their debt shrink. Who loses? Late receivers. Renters. Cash savers. Workers whose raises lag price tags. If money enters the system at the top of the waterfall, assets inflate first and groceries second. That lag is why your portfolio screenshot and your eggs can both. Banks matter here more than the meme admits. Most money is not physical cash. It is deposits created when loans are made. Credit expansion can juice demand just like a printer can. If credit grows while housing, hospitals, and factories do not keep up, you still get the pizza ticket problem. Different button. Same inflationary hangover. Velocity is the sneaky cousin. If people suddenly spend every dollar the second it hits their account, the same money stock hits the economy harder and faster. Fear of rising prices makes people buy early. Buying early makes prices rise. Congrats, you unlocked the doom spiral DLC. Expectations are not fluff. So why not print just a little for good causes? Because dosage is everything and humans are terrible at dosage when free money is involved. A temporary bridge in a crisis can buy time. A permanent lifestyle of papering over deficits teaches markets that discipline is optional. Once expectations shift, workers demand higher wages, firms raise prices preemptively, and inflation becomes self-feeding. That is the doom loop wearing a suit. Productivity is the adult answer nobody wants on a meme. If the economy makes more real goods and services, more money can circulate without torching prices. Better tools. Better energy. Better logistics. More skilled workers. That is how living standards rise without needing the printer to cosplay as a genie. Printing is a shortcut. Pegs, gold standards, and hard money fantasies show up in comment sections like clockwork. They are attempts to handcuff the printer. Sometimes they enforce discipline. Sometimes they choke an economy that needs flexible credit. The point is not worship metal. The point is credibility. Money works when people believe tomorrow's dollar still buys roughly what today's dollar buys. Break that belief and every contract gets weird. Crypto entered the chat yelling cannot print this. Fun energy. Also incomplete. Digital scarcity can protect against one kind of dilution, but it does not automatically create hospitals, wheat, or chip fabs. If the real economy stalls, scarce tokens do not summon abundance from the void. They just reprice claims again. Different casino chips. International trust is the quiet boss fight. The dollar is not just American pocket money. It is a global reserve asset, invoice currency, and safety blanket. Abuse the printer too hard for too long and foreigners start looking for alternatives. That does not happen overnight like a Marvel snap. It happens through slow diversification, higher risk premiums, and uglier borrowing costs. Soft power dies by 1,000 paper cut. Now the spicy household translation. If wages rise slower than prices, you got a silent demotion. If your rent is fixed and inflation runs hot, you got a temporary shield. If you hold long-duration assets funded with cheap fixed debt, you might smile. If you keep emergency cash under the mattress because banks are scary, inflation is slowly eating your mattress like a termite with a finance degree. What should a normal human do with this knowledge? Do not become a conspiracy hermit. Do not worship the printer either. Build skills that raise your real output. Avoid being the last person holding pure cash while prices sprint. Match some liabilities to inflation when you can. And for the love of charts, stop treating stimulus memes like free lunch coupons from the universe. Policy is stuck between two bad memes. Print forever and watch prices melt brains. Tighten forever and watch recessions punch the people least able to take a punch. Central banks try to thread a needle while politicians yell print more and Twitter yells end the federal reality is messier. Money is a coordination tool. Abuse it and coordination breaks. Hoard discipline forever and growth can starve. Adults manage trade-offs. So the real answer to why can't we just print more money is this. You can print money. You cannot print scarcity away. You cannot print trust on demand forever. You cannot print a second pizza by photocopying tickets. Printing changes who gets claims first. Production changes how many claims the world can honor. One is a power move. The other is civilization. If this made the money printer meme feel less magic and more like a warning label, smash the like it is a rate cut, subscribe for more plain money chaos, and comment the dumbest inflation take you have heard at a family dinner. Next time somebody says just print it, hand them a pizza ticket and ask where the second pizza is. Spoiler. There is no second pizza. There is only hotter cheese and colder purchasing power.